The families of the Carletonville crash victims are expected to begin the DNA testing process today. On Wednesday, a bakkie allegedly crashed into a taxi transporting pupils. It caused it to overturn and then go up in flames. The Minister of Basic Education is also expected to visit the affected schools. Newzroom Afrika's Zola is there for us. The incident also has brought up the standard of school transport and its safety into sharp focus. Zola, good morning. It's such a heavy task that families face today, the identification of their loved ones' bodies and so on. Just walk us through who you've been talking to. I know you did meet with some of the victims' families yesterday.
Iman, it's a very difficult time for the families, as you'd understand, that they will be, going through the DNA process to identify their loved ones. Earlier on, I managed to speak to a mother that lost 2 of her children. In fact, she says she feels like she has lost 4 children because the other 2 children belong to her sister and they all lived in the same house. She recalls the moment where she received a call to go to the accident scene and how she felt, and obviously she was unable to see the bodies due to the nature of how they look like or how they were burnt beyond recognition. So she says, to comfort herself, she holds their school uniforms very close to her chest, just so she can, feel, their scent and perhaps get something that is very close to them. And it's very difficult for everyone that is in this room as they, are in a state of sadness right now, saying that even after going through this process, this is not going to comfort us or make us any better, because reality is our children are no longer there. They've also raised concerns about the driver of the bakkie, wanting to know about the state of the driver right now and what is going to happen to the driver, saying that they feel like not much is being said about that, and they are not getting an update from police in terms of what is going to be happening because they have lost their children. They've also raised concerns around the safety of scholar transports, in respective schools, especially private ones, saying that most of them are overloaded, and they also are mentioning that, this has been a lesson to parents as well, to do their due diligence and ensure that, when a child is being picked up by scholar transport, the transport is, not overloaded, and also it's compliant with the rules of the road. So the process is expected to begin any time from now, Iman, and of course the media will not be allowed to be part of that. We are heading to Rockland Primary School just a few moments from now, where the Basic Education Minister will be visiting the schools to find out, how can they, better support them, which is the schools are Rockland's Primary School and Blyford School as well. So that's how the situation is here at Gogosi, Mulatlekhi Hall, Iman. It's just the atmosphere is very different. It's different, and I assume it's going to be like this until the burial of the children. And one of the fathers actually said, now that we are surrounded by people, the community and, a number of officials coming to offer their condolences and their support, we are getting a sense of, strength. We're getting comfort from them. But what happens when all of this is done, where you now wake up in the morning and realize that that person that you lived for is no longer there, and you're forced to pack away their clothes and have to live with the reality that their chapter of life is closed forever. Back to you in studio.
Oh, so Zola, that hits so deep, especially the image that you paint of family members just holding their clothing even closer, try and catch the last of their scent. We will keep tabs on the story. We also have another perspective. Thank you, Zola Sholwanahas.